The movie begins on a dark and stormy night as the sea rages violently under crashing waves and thunder. In the middle of this chaos, a group of ruthless pirates suddenly attack a ship, slaughtering innocent people without mercy. Amid the bloodshed, they capture Captain Borden, who had recently discovered a mysterious treasure marked with a pirate symbol. The pirates had once lost this gold, and now they have returned to claim it. They begin interrogating Borden, demanding answers about the treasure. But no matter how much they threaten him, Borden insists he knows nothing. Growing impatient, the pirates search the ship and eventually find a letter that reveals the location of the island the crew came from. Without wasting any time, they set sail toward that island, determined to reclaim what they believe is theirs. A few days later, the story shifts to a quiet island, where a woman named Essel stands alone, staring into the distance through binoculars. She is waiting for her husband, who has been missing for 70 long days. With a heavy heart, she returns home, where we see her young son who cannot walk. Living with them is her sister Elizabeth, who secretly plans to run away with her lover, something Essel has no idea about. That very night, Elizabeth writes a farewell letter and quietly prepares to leave. Meanwhile, her lover waits at the agreed meeting spot, unaware of the danger approaching him. Out of the shadows, a group of strange men surround him. Their intentions are clearly violent, but what they do next is left unseen. Back at the house, Elizabeth quietly places her bags in Essel's room, gently kisses her nephew, and leaves the letter behind. As she steps out of the house, a sudden noise wakes Essel. She looks out the window, expecting to see her sister, but instead she spots a strange man. Instantly sensing danger, she locks the door tightly. Acting quickly, Essel carries her son to the basement to keep him safe. Then, gripping a large gun, she stands near the door, ready to face whatever is coming. But before the door can even open, she is suddenly attacked from behind. At the same time, more men break in from the front, brutally beating her without mercy. Moments later, a man named Scout, the same one who confronted Elizabeth's lover, steps forward. He shows Essel a gold bar and demands to know where the rest of the treasure is. Despite the pain, Essel firmly denies knowing anything. Her answer only fuels Scout's anger, and he orders his men to beat her even more savagely. The next morning, Elizabeth finally reaches the place where she was supposed to meet her lover. But instead of reunion, she is met with horror. She finds his lifeless body and breaks down in tears. At the same time, a massive pirate ship arrives at the shores of the island. Leading them is the feared pirate Captain Connor, who has come with a large army to claim the gold. As the islanders realize who has arrived, panic spreads instantly. Women, children, and the elderly rush to hide inside the church, while the remaining villagers prepare to fight. They position large cannons, ready to defend their home. But before they can fire, the pirates unleash gunfire. The islanders, unfamiliar with these new weapons, are caught off guard. Watching all this from a distance, Elizabeth is overwhelmed with fear and hides. Meanwhile, Connor marches into the village and demands to know where Borden's house is. Confused, the villagers question why he would bring an entire army just to capture a simple fisher girl. But Connor reveals the truth. Essel is no ordinary woman. Before he can explain further, Scout arrives, dragging along the captured Essel. With a mocking laugh, he tells Connor that he has secured the prize. The pirates laugh, believing they have won. But what they don't realize is that Essel is far from helpless. The moment she regains consciousness, Essel breaks free from her restraints. In an instant, she transforms into a fierce warrior, launching herself into battle and taking on the men with unstoppable strength. Essel launches into the fight without hesitation, taking down one man after another with unstoppable force. In the middle of the chaos, she smashes a window and throws one of them straight out. Her punches are so powerful that the man is left nearly lifeless. But she doesn't stop there. She keeps hitting him again and again until his face is completely destroyed. Even though she is badly injured herself, Essel refuses to back down. After the brutal fight, she returns home, picks up her son from the basement, and gently reassures him that everything is fine. Despite everything that just happened, she behaves as if nothing has changed, hiding the pain behind her strength. Just then, the local priest arrives in a hurry and warns her that extremely dangerous men are searching for her. He tells her they have already killed many villagers and will not leave without finding her. Hearing this, Essel immediately decides to escape with her son. But the priest stops her and explains that running together will only make things worse. Instead, he offers to take her son to safety while she stays back and deals with the situation. After a moment of thought, Essel agrees. Around the same time, she discovers that her sister Elizabeth ran away during the night. Realizing the danger Elizabeth might be in, Essel makes a quick decision. She asks the priest to protect her son and promises to find her sister. Grabbing a knife, she rushes toward the location Elizabeth had mentioned in her letter. Meanwhile, Elizabeth is seen walking back home, shaken and afraid. Suddenly, someone grabs her from behind and covers her mouth. She struggles in panic until she realizes it is Essel. Relieved, she breaks down in tears and hugs her. Through her sobs, Elizabeth reveals that those men killed her friend. Back at Essel's house, the men searching for her arrive only to find the place empty. Furious, they tear the house apart looking for the treasure, but they find nothing. This sends Connor into a rage. As he steps outside, he notices something unusual: wheelchair tracks leading away from the house. He quickly remembers that Essel's son cannot walk and orders his men to follow the trail, convinced that Essel escaped with him. But in reality, it is the priest and the boy trying to get away. Their wheelchair suddenly gets stuck in thick mud, and no matter how hard the priest tries, he cannot free it. Just as panic sets in, they hear footsteps rushing toward them. For a moment, they fear the worst, but it is Essel and Elizabeth. Without wasting time, Essel frees her son and quickly puts a plan into action. She pulls out a small wooden raft she had hidden nearby and places her sister and son on it. A rope tied across the river helps guide them safely to the other side. She tells them to hide and promises she will come for them soon. Meanwhile, Connor and his men reach the abandoned wheelchair and realize they are very close. Following the trail, Connor finds only the priest left behind on their side of the river. The others have already crossed. The priest stands firm, risking his life to protect them. Connor doesn't kill him. Instead, he shoots him in the leg as a warning. Even in pain, the priest refuses to reveal anything. Enraged, Connor orders his men to cross the river. But the river is filled with deadly crocodiles. As the pirates attempt to cross, the creatures attack them viciously, dragging them under and killing them. On the other side, Essel sends her sister and son further ahead, choosing to stay behind and face the pirates who manage to make it across. Armed only with a knife, she confronts men who carry guns. Despite the odds, she fights with incredible skill and eliminates them one by one. Watching from a distance, her sister and son are left in complete shock at what she is capable of. Then, from afar, a voice echoes through the air. It is Captain Connor. He shouts that the game is over and demands that she bring the gold to her house by nightfall. In return, he promises to spare her husband's life. Hearing this, Essel freezes. She had believed her husband was lost, but now she knows he is alive and in their hands. With no other choice, she accepts the deal, answering him in the pirate's own language. After everything, Essel takes her sister and her son to a hidden cave deep in the forest. No one knows about this place. Inside, the cave is filled with ship supplies, carefully stored and organized. It becomes clear that this was not a random hiding spot. Essel had built this place herself long ago. Her sister and son are confused and overwhelmed. They ask her how she managed to fight so many men alone, how she became so strong. For the first time, Essel reveals the truth she has been hiding. She says that she was once a ship captain. Years ago, while sailing the sea, Connor and his pirates attacked her ship. She was young, but she fought bravely. Still, the pirates were too many, and they killed everyone on her crew. They took her with them, and over time she grew up among pirates. She became one of them. They trained her, taught her how to fight, how to survive. That is why today she can face them alone without fear. But when she got married, she left that life behind. She chose peace. Now those same people have returned, not for her, but for the gold. As night approaches, Essel makes a final plan. She tells her sister that if she does not return, she must take the ship and escape with her son. She assures her not to worry, promising that she will find them again no matter what. With that, Essel picks up her weapons and leaves, ready to face the danger alone. Meanwhile, Borden is brought back to his house. Seeing blood everywhere, he breaks down, believing his son has been killed. At the same time, one of Connor's close allies warns him not to harm Essel. He reminds Connor that they only need the gold and nothing more. He fears that Connor's desire for revenge might push him too far, especially because Essel had once betrayed them in the past. Night falls, and Essel still hasn't appeared. Her husband waits anxiously, exhausted and hopeless. Suddenly, from behind a well, Essel emerges through a hidden tunnel. Moving silently, she eliminates the guards one by one. Then, using another secret path, she enters her house and finally reaches her husband. He is overwhelmed with guilt. Through tears, he apologizes and confesses the truth. He reveals that he stole a piece of gold from the pirate's ship. He says he only did it to pay for their son's treatment, but because of that one mistake, their entire family is now in danger. Essel listens quietly and assures him that everything will be all right. She tries to free him, but his chains are too strong. So instead, she gives him a knife and steps outside to face Connor. Surrounded by pirates, Essel stands fearlessly. She warns them that she has planted bombs all around the area. One wrong step, and they will all die. Then she tells them she has brought the gold and demands her husband in return. Connor steps forward, calm but suspicious. He asks how he can trust her. Essel shows him the gold, and for a brief moment, it seems like the exchange might actually happen. Connor calls her husband out, and everything appears peaceful. But it is only an illusion. Deep down, Connor wants revenge. He secretly orders a hidden shooter to aim at her husband. The shot is fired, but it misses. In that instant, chaos erupts. Essel and the pirates clash violently. As she fights multiple men at once, Connor walks toward her helpless husband. With a massive sword in his hand, he points it at his chest. Essel screams, begging him to stop, telling him that his fight is with her, not him. But Connor ignores her and stabs her husband in the chest, killing him right before her eyes. As Essel rushes toward him, one of Connor's men shoots her in the leg. She collapses to the ground, screaming in pain. Connor grabs her by the hair and tells her to give up, to return with him. It is revealed that he still has feelings for her, that he wants her to become a pirate captain by his side once again. But Essel refuses. Even in pain, she fights back. She grabs a burning torch, sets fire to a rope near the well, and jumps inside to escape. Moments later, the pirates try to open the box of gold, but it is a trap. A hidden bomb explodes, killing Lee and several of Connor's men instantly. The remaining pirates are furious. Lee had warned Connor not to seek revenge, telling him to take the gold and leave. But now, because of Connor's choices, they have lost many men and become weaker. Even then, Lee tries one last time to stop him, but Connor refuses to listen. The argument turns violent, and in a shocking moment, Connor kills Lee himself. After everything, Connor gathers his remaining men and refuses to back down. He tells them they cannot stop now. He reminds them of the gold, promising that once they find it, they will all become rich. The men are confused, thinking they already have the treasure. But Connor reveals the truth. The gold Essel brought was fake. The real treasure is still hidden, and Essel knows where it is. To motivate them, Connor makes a powerful promise. He says that once they find the gold, they will leave the life of piracy forever and live freely with their families. Hearing this, the tired and wounded men agree to continue the search. Meanwhile, Essel escapes through the well and returns to her hidden cave. She is badly injured and bleeding heavily. Her sister carefully removes the bullet from her leg, helping her survive. Overcome with grief, Essel finally tells them the truth. Her husband is dead. The pain hits them all at once, and they break down in tears. But Essel knows she cannot stop now. She understands that this war will only end when Connor is dead. Even in her weakened state, she prepares herself for one final battle. Her sister and son stand beside her, ready to help no matter what. Soon, the pirates discover the tunnel hidden inside the well and begin entering one by one. Essel hides in the shadows, using her gun to silently take them down. One after another, the pirates fall, until only a few remain. Frustrated, Connor shouts, calling her a coward and demanding she come out and face him. Essel steps out to confront him. At the same time, Elizabeth tries to escape with Essel's son, but a pirate blocks their path. In a moment of courage, the young boy grabs a knife and stabs the pirate in the arm to protect himself and his aunt. Even injured, the man continues chasing them. Thinking quickly, Elizabeth pulls a rope mechanism and fires an arrow straight into him. As the pirate collapses, she notices something around his neck, a necklace she had given to her lover. In that moment, she realizes this is the man who killed him. Filled with rage, she tears off the necklace and finishes him without hesitation. Meanwhile, Essel and Connor engage in a brutal fight. Their battle continues through the night and into the morning, neither willing to give up. Connor manages to wound Essel badly and demands that she surrender, but she refuses, saying she would rather die than give up. Just as Connor prepares to deliver the final blow, Elizabeth arrives from behind and shoots him. Taking that chance, Essel gathers her last strength and stabs Connor in the stomach. This time, he cannot recover. Connor falls, and the long war finally comes to an end. But even in victory, Essel is severely wounded. She collapses to the ground, bleeding heavily. Later, her son is seen on a small boat, slowly bringing it closer to the shore. As he moves, he accidentally steps on a broken piece of wood. Curious, he pulls it up and discovers something unbelievable. Hidden inside the boat is the real treasure, all the gold they had been searching for. Seeing this, Essel and Elizabeth share a quiet smile. After everything they have lost and endured, they are finally free. With the pirates gone and the gold in their hands, they now have a chance to live a peaceful and happy life. The story comes to an end.